Anyway, like I said, I keep my promises, and here they are. And there it is.
Wild.
I keep my promises. If I say I'm going to do a thing,
Here comes
I
the
do it.
LULZsuit. LULZsuit.
Yeah. Where's my LULZ suit? It's coming,
buddy.
sweetheart. It's coming, sweetheart. Just
Yeah.
hang in there. It's coming. Like I said, I had to take care of the local shit first. That's how it rolls. That's how everything rolls. You got to do the local shit first. You take care
That's
of the local
sweet,
shit.
Ron. That makes me fucking makes my fucking asshole twinkle. I'll be honest with you. That's good. I like that. Thank you.
That's right. And we're gonna and
That's
then
going
when we
to
get,
be dealt with. It needs to be done fast. It needs to be done now, and it needs to be done quickly.
well, and that's what I'm going to express to the judge, because that's a tactic, you know. Let's drag it out, and then he runs out of money. Then I run out of money, and then they're like, "Oh, well, he ran out of money, so we're going to buy the property out from underneath him since he ain't got no money." Yeah, we're not playing that. We're gonna admonish the judge that, you know, this needs to end. Hopefully that day. Obviously, when we first go in there, there may be a preliminary, and then we come back again another day for the verdict. He may elect to do that. He may elect to do it all in one day and get it all done. You know, but I'm going to admonish the judge that it is a tactic of theirs to drag this thing out for days, weeks, months, you know, in the hopes that I will run out of money. Now, I will not run out of money, because if the gods have to drop money from a fucking airplane to give it to me to keep me afloat, they will. We should just go on ahead and get this shit done. I mean, it's open and shut anyway. They came into court with a fraudulent document, just like I told Judge Lewis. And so they're fucked. There's nothing they can do. They come in with a fraudulent document. It was not the real will. They knew it wasn't the real will. Well, they knew it wasn't the real will, and the reason you can know it wasn't the real will is because they kept silencing my mother. My mother tried numerous times in that damn courtroom to say, "No, I didn't hire this man. It's my son that's the executor." And see, she never got a chance to speak. Her own lawyer kept her quiet, and then the Frost lawyer kept her quiet. She never got to tell Judge Lewis that she didn't hire Frost. She hired me. I was her executor. I had been handling her affairs for years before the Frosts even come down here. And see, that's what's going to hurt the Frosts in court, is that I can prove that I was handling my mother's affairs before they threw a monkey wrench in everything. I can prove that. Okay, so that's going to destroy their case right there, even if they can mount a case, which I doubt they can. You know, in fact, I would suspect Stivers may even try to get them to plea bargain or something, or settle out of court. Obviously, I can't do that, because part of the settlement is the Sester property itself that they're living on, which they kicked me off of. And you know, they used that shit on my mother, the mind control, the MK Ultra shit, and literally got my mom to kick me off my own damn property and give it to them. Well, I'm sorry, but in real estate law, that's not fucking legal. So yes, the Sester property comes back to me. Anything they purchased with my money comes back to me. All the double wides and single wides and all the buildings and the four-wheelers and the shiny cars, that's all coming to me. That all comes back to me. Here's the thing. They were not using the money for the estate, and they weren't collecting any rent from anyone. In fact, they told the renters, don't pay no rent. Well, now who does that? And is that lawful? I don't think that's even lawful, but they told all the renters, yeah, don't pay no rent. Okay, well, that would make the estate go bankrupt. Okay, the estate would have went bankrupt. Had it kept in their hands, it would have went bankrupt. And so, and that's by design. And then that way my kids wouldn't have got anything. You know, I kept telling everybody, the kids don't get shit. The kids don't get shit. And the trolls are like, yes, they do. No, they don't. If you ain't got no money coming in to put in the coffers, the kids will not have shit when they turn 18. When I say I'm going to do a thing, I fucking do it. All right. And you trolls are sitting there thinking, I'm above the law, and I'm not guilty of anything. I'm above the law, and he can't touch me. You'd be surprised what I can fucking do. Don't think you're above the law, because you ain't above the law. And I will hold every motherfucker that fucked with my family and fucked with my kids, fucked with my mother, fucked with me. You are going to be held accountable, and you're going to stand in front of a goddamn judge. I guarantee you will. May the gods be praised. You're all going to stand in front of a fucking judge for what you did to my family. Bet on it. I don't give a fuck where you at. You know, and that Jeff Spicoli motherfucker, I can't wait to get your fucking ass in front of a judge. Where's my LULZsuit at? Don't worry, pal. You're going to get one. Don't worry. You don't have a right to get on the internet and destroy someone's fucking family. Sorry. It doesn't work that way. You don't have a right to get on the internet and manipulate a local government to take every dime of somebody's money either. I guarantee you that. Manipulating these fucking courts, manipulating this fucking county. I got news for you. The county's going to want to know why you did that shit, motherfucker. They're going to want to know why. And I hope you got a damn good answer. Oh, I'm innocent. I didn't do a thing. Yeah, you did. You manipulated you manipulated a county into taking a model citizen's children away from them for stupid shit. Potty training a puppy is not a crime. Potty training a puppy is not child abuse. You're going to go to jail for a long fucking time. 36 back-to-back life sentences? Yeah, you ain't never getting out, and you ain't gonna get no bail either. I feel sorry for your defense attorney, if you can even get one, because they're gonna insist that you either plea bargain or settle out of court. I guarantee that's what they'll say. Everything's gonna be flushed out in the open. Everything's gonna be put out there to bear for sunlight. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. We're gonna put it out there in the sunlight and see what the judge says. And then after I'm done with the frost, I'm coming after you motherfuckers. All right. As Anonymous loves to say, expect me, because I'm coming. I keep my promises. It may take me a while, but I keep my promises. Now, yeah, it took me a while because I had to figure out what the fucking name of the damn document was. Nobody would tell me. So if you ever got to go into circuit court, not civil court, circuit court. If you ever got to go into circuit court, the document you need is called Replevin. Replevin. That's the name of the document you need. Now, in a lot of cases, the document does not exist, and you will have to literally make one. I was racking my fucking brain trying to look for that name. Well, it's got a funny name, and that's what they were counting on. See, they were counting on me not figuring out the name of the document I needed. Well, la-di-da, I found it out. And not only that, but when I went online, both the AI attorney and the human attorney both said that not only should I get my kids back, not only should I get all $32 million back, but they also said, the human especially, he put a fine point on it. He said, not only should you get everything back, your kids and your wealth, but he said you should also get damages, penalties, court costs, and pain and suffering. I told Judge Lewis, I said, look, he stole all the legal documents out of the house. Why do you steal legal documents? Oh, because you want to forge them. Duh. You know? And so now it's my turn. They all had their fun. Now it's my turn. And now I win. And this ends. Okay. And it ends with total and complete victory. What they do with the Frost, I don't give a shit. I think some of them should get the death penalty. For my mother being dead and my father being dead, but you know, they may elect not to do that. They may elect to just scoop them all up, throw them in a paddy wagon, and give them a courtesy ride to London and put them on a fucking bus back to Ohio. I don't know. I don't care, actually. As long as I get my inheritance and I get my kids back, I really don't give a fuck what happens to the Frost. I really don't. Mom looks at the document. She says, I never authorized that. And so Judge Lewis threw it out, and rightly so. But I guess in regards to the will, now Judge Lewis, when I told her about, you know, the fact that they had stolen legal documents out of the house and that I believed it was a forgery, she said that she would go forward with the will, but she said, you need to contest it. And so, yeah, unfortunately, when you ain't got no fucking money, it's kind of hard to contest anything. So what I did the next time I went into court, I said, well, hey, let me see. It is, as a Kentucky state citizen, it is my right to see any documentation that shows where he is not the executrix. Show me that documentation where he is not the executrix. And she says, you're right. As a Kentucky state citizen, you have a right to see any legal documentation you ask for. And so that's when Joe White got involved, the county attorney, and he was able to find the real will, which had been hidden for some crazy reason. I wonder why. And but they found the real will, and the real will said that, hey, no, I have been the executor the whole time, not James Arnold Frost. Wasn't that amazing? And taking the Frost to court, going to get all my shit back. Hopefully, get the kids back as well, since they were illegally seized. Because the Frosts were manipulating family court too, not just district court. They were manipulating family court, and so I feel that since they manipulated the court, I should get my kids back. And the foster parents, at least in the past, didn't have a problem with it. After I take care of shit here locally and I get my millions back, I may even take a break for a little while because obviously I've got repair work to do. I've got bills to pay. I've got, I'm going to have to get the kids resettled. I'm going to have a full plate for a while.
Yeah,
so
you're
I
going to
may
need a
take a
new
break.
house somewhere where they can't find you.
Well, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build me a house right up there on that plateau, and then I will either rent out this double wide and the single wide, or I may rip up the double wide and single wide and replace them with modular homes. If I replace them with modular homes, I can charge more rent. So, it would be in my best interest to do that. So I'm going to have to get the kids resettled in and try to get everything back to normalcy. And like I said on John's live show this morning, I don't give a rip what Clay County does with the Frosts. They can execute them, put them in prison for life, give them a courtesy ride to London and put them on a bus back to Ohio, whatever they want to do. But I'm taking everything they own because they're going to have to give me everything they own to pay back how much they owe. So they're going to give me back everything they own. And then I guess the sheriff can take them to London and put them on a bus back to Ohio. And the damage done by the storms, the Frost never fixed. They never see that as executor, they're supposed to fix that damage or get FEMA to fix it or get the insurance companies to fix it. They never did anything. They sat on their ass and did absolutely nothing. And I've already sent pictures to the judge in that regard. So, so they're in hot water, man. They're in hot water no matter how they try to get away. And they did absolutely nothing as executor. They leave a paltry $32,000 in the bank account, and it's like, that, and well, why 32,000? Because it's representative of the 32 million that they stole. I looked at the bank manager. I said, "This is a dummy account, is it?" She said, "Yeah." They put 32 grand in there and paid one electric bill and called it done. There was no safety deposit box. There was no place for documents, no place for jewelry, no place for nothing that, they had taken out of this place, out of this home. Where's the certificates of deposit? Where is the treasury bills? She said, they're not there. And I'm like, well, this is a dummy account. She said, yeah, it's a dummy account. They threw it together at the last second, literally. So there we are. I'm going to act accordingly and just, humbly request the return of my inheritance and my kids. And then whatever Clay County wants to do with the Frost, they can do with the Frost. But now that Sester property down there, I was kicked off of, and I want that back for sure. That's coming back to me for sure, because that's going to be part of the results, is that I get the Sester property. And I definitely want the kids back because, that whole fiasco was a mess. These YouTube trolls and the Frosts robbed my children of a childhood, a normal childhood. Yes, they did. Because a normal childhood doesn't involve CPS coming out to the house taking you away every other day. That's not a normal childhood.
Well, once you get into some money, you're going to have to go to see a financial advisor and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, the first thing I'll do once I get my money back, I'll hire a CPA, and the CPA's responsibility will be to
manage your money.
Sure. Well, it'll be to make sure that the bills outstanding bills will all be squared away, and that everything will be taken care of and put back in order. Because the FBI didn't do shit either. They sat on their ass and did nothing. The FBI could have stopped this shit before it even began. And they didn't do shit. They sat on their ass. So I can go up to the FBI and take them to court. One thing's for sure, I'm definitely going to request to the judge that I get get it done as quickly as possible, because they're going to want to drag this out and hope that I run out of money. That's
Mhm.
going to be what they're wanting to do. The court opens up the first Thursday of the month, and then I go and I present, the synopsis of my case. The first Thursday of the month, yeah.
All right, the first Thursday of the month would be the 7th.
The 7th.
So,
okay. 2.5 weeks from now. Okay, very good.
So you have to go to court on the 7th of March.
Right. And then I present the case, and then I add anything that needs to be added, and then I guess after that there's deliberation or discovery, and then after that I'm just going to call. I'm going to call for to be ended right then and there. As soon as we get discovery done, I'm calling it for it to end, because there's no question he walked into a courtroom with fraudulent documents. That's not in question, because that's what he did. And so it should be open and shut as far as I'm concerned. And then plus, like I said, he paid people to go into family court and lie and got my kids taken away. And that's not legal. So I'm asking for everything to be returned and be put back the way it was before the frost intervened, before these trolls intervened. And I'm going to ask that a restraining order be placed on Clay County CPS, so that these fucking YouTube trolls can't just start calling them again and bringing them out to my house again. Okay? Because it's clear that they weaponized CPS against my family. Now, the trolls were saying that Replevin is a temporary thing, and that I was totally wrong in what I was talking about, and that I grabbed the wrong documents and shit. Okay, so here we go. Here's Replevin, also known as claim and delivery, is a legal remedy that allows a person to recover personal property that has been wrongfully or unlawfully taken. It enables the rightful owner to regain possession of the property and seek compensation for any resulting losses. So not only do I get my property back, but just like that attorney told me, and the AI attorney both, they said not only would you get your stuff back, but you can also get damages, penalties, court costs, and pain and suffering on top of it. Let's say they spent all the $32 million. Too bad, so sad. They still got to give it back. Let's say they blew it on cars and four-wheel vehicles and buildings and stuff. Then they got to give me, that all has to come to me. And that's what Replevin is all about. That's why I used the word Replevin and not recovery, because recovery is different. Recovery is where you just go in and get your shit back. You don't even need to go to court in many cases when it's a recovery. You got to be compensated. I'm going to have to be compensated for whatever amount of the money that they've spent. I'm going to have to be compensated for being locked out of the double wide, which is $74,000. I hope they got deep pockets. So I mean, they're going to have to come up with that money. That is due me. That money is actually due to me. It is mine by right. Statute of limitations doesn't apply if I'm still being affected by what the frost did. Am I still being affected by what the frost did? Oh, hell yes. Okay, so take your statute of limitations and shove it right up your ass. It doesn't work. Have the frost committed numerous felonies? Oh, God, yes. Where do I start? So I mean, there's no statute of limitations. I think I got the funny feeling, though, John, that when they start seeing Jeff Spicoli and some of his buddies getting stood in front of a judge, the rest of them are going to scatter like cockroaches, and we'll never see or hear from them ever again. Call it a hunch, but I got a funny feeling that that's exactly how it's going to go down. Not to mention the fact, trolls, that you cost Clay County billions of dollars. Okay, constantly having CPS come out here, constantly having to go to court. You cost the Kentucky taxpayer billions of dollars. Kentucky's going to want that money back, trolls. Have you got the money? Because they're going to want it back. And I ain't got a dog in that fight. That's between you and Clay County, motherfuckers. Okay, they'll probably throw you in jail just for that. I probably won't have to do shit. They'll probably say, "Oh, wait a minute, you cost the Kentucky taxpayer $50,000 each one of you," and oh yeah, well here's Hell Cell. Have a nice life, So the guys have already said they're going to restore back everything before you fucks got involved, before the frost got involved, before anything got involved. They're going to put everything back to the way it was. And I'm crazy enough to believe them. You know, obviously, if I've talked to not one, but two lawyers and they both tell me the same thing, then obviously I'm doing something right. You know, because I'm going to listen to, good counsel. I'm not going to listen to foolishness. I'm going to listen to good
The
counsel.
fraudster claiming that you owed them like 15K. Don't forget the statute limitations on that, eh?
Why would I pay the Frost $15,000 when the Frost has stole $32 million of my money and property? Why the fuck would I pay them? I would be a dumbass to pay them. Now, I did pay their attorney. But I'm not paying them. They could go fuck themselves. I'm not paying them. What kind of fucking morons are these assholes? You don't pay somebody that steals money out of your fucking home and out of your fucking bank account. I won my case. Why the fuck am I paying them? I never figured that one out. Why the fuck do I have to pay their attorney when I'm the motherfucker that won the case? I still ain't figured that shit out.
Statute of
I'm gonna ask for
limitations,
that money
anyways.
back too. I mean, seriously, when I won my case in district court, but then I got to pay their fucking lawyer? Since
you
when?
shouldn't have to pay their lawyer.
I ain't never heard of that shit. Why do I have to pay their lawyer? Oh, no, I had to pay. I mean, the fucker walks into family court and commits perjury. Then he pays other people to go into family court and commit perjury. Pays people in Burning Springs, pays people in Oneida to lie in court or to lie to CPS or whatever. Then he goes into fucking district court with not one, but two fraudulent documents. There's two automatic felonies right fucking there. Then he steals guns out of my house, out of my mom's house. That's two more felonies. So that's four felonies right fucking there. 36 counts of child endangerment. Each one of them is a felony. Each one of them carries a life sentence. 20 counts of elder abuse. Each one is a felony. Each one carries a life sentence. So I think Mr. Frost, if he's smart, will keep his fucking mouth shut and keep it off of me. Because if he don't, I'm going to slap that shit right on his fucking ass. And then he can spend multiple life sentences behind bars. See, these fucking YouTube trolls don't know. They're going to get slapped with 36 counts of child endangerment and 20 counts of elder abuse. That's multiple life sentences. They're not ever getting out of jail. None of these fucking YouTube trolls are. They're going to be put in jail for life. I'm a fucking upperclassman. Am I going to send my kids to school covered in urine and feces? Of course not. A fucking street beggar wouldn't do that to their kids. So I sure as fuck ain't. So, I mean, yeah, it's all bullshit. He committed perjury. And then he paid people to go into court and commit perjury again. All without no evidence. They got no evidence that my kids were covered in urine and feces. Covered, mind you, in urine and feces. That's what they said. And I would never send my kids to school like that ever. You understand him manipulating my mother into leaving them student loans hanging over me like a sword of Damocles to where that I was in debt my entire fucking life as a result?
Yeah.
Who the fuck does that to somebody? Okay, that was pure fucking evil. There's no getting around that. That was pure fucking evil. And then manipulating my mother into selling the family businesses out from underneath me and my first wife, Pamela. What was that all about, Alfie? And then more recently, he gets mom to sell all my daddy's shit. My dad had a brand new Buick and fucking piece of shit down the road there. Got her to sell that Buick right out from underneath me. Sell daddy's house. Sell all of his shit. I never got nothing to my daddy except a couple of guns. And then they got fucking Jeff and Junior to come in my house and take the guns away too. I never got nothing from my father because of that.
They have
he needs to be held accountable for all that shit. He got mom to sell all of daddy's stuff, not just the Buick. He got her to sell daddy's truck, got her to sell the Buick, got her to sell the house, everything my daddy had. She got James Arnold Frost because I went to her and said, "Who told you to sell my daddy's stuff? That's supposed to come to me." "Oh, James Arnold Frost told me to sell it." I said, "James Arnold Frost didn't take real estate in school. I did."
Yeah.
Of course, by then it's too late. She'd already sold the shit. He came in with an eviction notice. And mom looks at that and says, "That's not my signature." And it wasn't. I looked at it. It was not.
Shit. I didn't know that.
And she said, "I never authorized that." And so at that point, James Arnold Frost should have been grabbed by the bailiff and thrown in a fucking prison cell. But he wasn't. all these fucking computers in Kentucky be scrubbed. Every goddamn one of them.
Or get new ones.
When I call somebody to come out and clean the house and I get cussed out and hung up on, yeah, there's a fucking problem. So every fucking computer in Kentucky gets scrubbed. I'm not to be mentioned on any computer in the state of Kentucky. They stole guns out of my house. They stole guns out of this house. That's 2 felonies. He walked into court with 2 fraudulent documents. That's 2 more felonies. That's 4. Then he goes into court and commits perjury. That's a misdemeanor. However, he paid people to manipulate a court of law, which is a felony. All right. And he did that 5 times. So that's 5 more felonies. Then he went into district court and tried to get me killed through the court, at least on 5 occasions. That's attempted murder. Attempted murder is 5 more felonies. James Arnold Frost is done. Stick a fork in him. He's fucking done. There's no way he's going to win this case. There's no way he's going to get out of it. There's no way he's going to escape. I mean, he literally got mom to kick me off my own damn property. I was living over there on that sister property. That was my home.
That shows what's called elderly manipulation.
Elderly manipulation or coercion is considered a form of elder abuse. Yes, it fucking is.
Elderly coercion is the same as kidnapping the mind. Did you know that?
Yes, it is actually. Well, what do you think he did to her? He was using.
Well, I know he did.
That's right, MK Ultra. What do you think he was using on her? He was using MK Ultra. I mean, seriously, a businesswoman of 35 years is making shit tons of money every month. Okay, we had 500 beds in Center Haven and 200 beds in Helton's. She was making shit tons of money, bro. She was driving around in a new Lincoln Town car every year.
Yeah,
not leased either. Bought. She paid for it with cash. Okay, so yeah, she was making shit tons of money. She was doing great. The businesses were doing great. The state of Ohio had given us accolades out the ass. Thanks to me in part, because I was making sure all the paperwork was squared away. And so, you know, but yet out of the blue, literally out of the blue, out of fucking nowhere, she suddenly decides to sell the businesses to a man in Columbus that didn't even fucking want them. The guy testified later that he didn't even want the businesses. He didn't even fucking want them. He said she literally forced them on him. Okay, well, who does that? What business person would throw away perfectly good businesses that are making shit tons of money? Nobody. Which means the only answer is that he manipulated her. That's the only answer. There is no other answer, because business people don't act that way. No business person acts that way. I got 500 fucking employees in Center Haven alone that I can bring into court and testify. Yep, she said James Frost did it. And I'll just start ferrying witnesses in one at a time. I mean, if they're going to lie in court and say that it never happened, that's great. I'll just start ferrying people into court over and over and over again. Because I think we had an employee per bed is how it worked out. But because we were in 3 shifts, it kind of lessened that way. But anyway, but yeah, shit tons of people. And they were all there. Okay. The entire staff of Center Haven was there. The entire staff of Helton's was there. Yes, even 3rd shift. They were all there. Now I've got court here. In just a few more days, 5 more days, I got court. Now, I'm not expecting anything of this first day, because this first day will probably be just me saying, hey, I've got a court case. When do you want to hear it? And then the judge will probably set a date for when the actual case takes place. That's probably all that's going to happen on Thursday. I'm not expecting anything. Now, you know, I can request a summary judgment Thursday, but I don't think I'll get one. But what I will get most likely is, you know, a date for the actual court case. And then we'll have court, and we'll see what happens. You know, I know there's 3 little kids that would love to be home with their daddy. So, you know, we're going to see what happens. And, you know, again, cursed for 1,000 generations to every one of these fuckers that fucked with my family and fucked with my finances. Cursed to 1,000 generations, every one of you, because that's what you deserve. Actually, you deserve worse. But
I want to say before we start, we're going to have a mega show Thursday.
Yes.
Vaughn has a court hearing, a procedure We're gonna Thursday at 4:00 when I come home. We're gonna have a big old powwow. We'll have a nice build up, and then we'll come back Thursday for a nice super show. We'll have a nice big show, and we'll discuss the findings and what happened and all that. And obviously, it's gonna be victory. I know the trolls are probably gonna say, but I can hear it now. The trolls are gonna say Vaughn's gonna lose. And then what's gonna happen? Vaughn's gonna walk away with big old money bags. So
Well, I have to.
trolls can keep on saying Vaughn's going to lose. Do it because that's good. That's good karma for Vaughn.
Well, the thing of it is, I cannot lose. This is
your case is ear shut. Yeah, be airtight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an airtight case, so there's no way you can lose.
There's no way I can lose. The only way I can lose is if that judge is literally bought and paid for. That's the only way I can lose.
Just prepare yourself. For those who are watching, all the trolls who are watching, prepare yourself. I saw a lot of you lose your mind when Vaughn won the trailer. I saw a lot of you go mental. Just brace yourself. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt.
Thursday is going to be me walking in saying, hey, I'm representing the Von Hilton versus the Frost case. And the judge is going to look over the paperwork and then he'll set a date for the actual court case and then that'll be it. I don't expect anything to happen Thursday. If I understood the secretary correctly, all this is like a town hall thing where everybody that's got a grievance, they go in and say, well, here's my court case and all you do is listen all morning to people that have court cases ready to go. And then the judge hears them and then picks, dates for all of them. That's all I think Thursday is going to be. However, if it looks like I can get a summary judgment Thursday, I will. I think that's what broke everything is when they're like, yeah, man, we want to kill this guy. We're going to cut off his food, cut off his electricity, throw him out in 15 below zero weather. And the judges are like, no, we're not killing a man. We're not going to go that far. And, especially a model citizen with no criminal record. Holy shit. When you got a model citizen with no criminal record turning up dead, most
people will go along with bad things, but once they hear about people dying and stuff, they get cold feet on that.
Exactly. And not only that would send off alarm bells all over Kentucky. Model citizen dead under mysterious circumstances. Yeah. That no judge would ever sign off on that shit. No way. I refuse to believe it. Some judges can be manipulated, some can be bought, some can be, coerced or whatever. But when it comes to harming somebody, especially somebody innocent, I just don't see any judge, no matter how corrupt they are, going that far, because that is way over the line. And I just don't see it happening. And that's what it was. They went way over the line and the judges snapped out of it. And it's like, wait, no, we're not doing that shit. And that was the end of that. The court case is going to get dismissed. I can assure you of that. I hope you get EBT or else you're going to be as skinny as a rail until you check yourself into a psych ward. You may actually get Social Security when you tell them you speak to your gods and cast magic spells. The judge is not going to think I'm crazy because I believe in a deity or deities in my case, and that I speak with them. He's not. He's just not, because that's what every Christian does. That's what everybody down here does. Let's say Stivers has scrubbed every fucking court document there is. Well, the nice part about it is that I have backups. So I hope Stivers has erased all the documents, because then I come back to the house and I pull out all these manila envelopes and say, oh, wow, look what I found here, Judge. And then Stivers goes to prison. And Frost goes to prison right then and there. They go to prison right then and there. Now this is not a civil court like family court and district court. This is circuit court, which handles large sums of money, murders, rapes. that sort of thing. It is a big time court. It's still a county court, I think, but it handles much, much bigger cases. So with that said, I don't know if it's going to be. I don't think a jury is necessary. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, like I said, it's open and shut. He walked into district court with 2 fraudulent documents. He walked into family court, committed perjury. Open and shut. And he lied about being the executor. I was the executor the whole damn time. Now his fake document was like 2015 or some shit like that. But the actual will was like 2017, I think, something like that. Anyway, but his fake, obviously when you're writing a fake document, you want to put it before the real one, and in that way it looks authentic. But it wasn't a real document. It was a forgery, and that's a felony. That is a felony as far as I know. And until somebody tells me different, I'm going to keep believing it's a felony. The court case is not going to get dismissed. It's an open and shut case. It can't be dismissed. The only way the court case could get dismissed is if the judge, doesn't know what's going on or something, which I doubt. I'm sure the judge will be very well briefed on what in the world's going on. She was mind controlled. She was manipulated by James Arnold Frost. Now, you can call it mind control. You can call it black magic. I don't give a fuck what you call it. But there was no question that she did, because I confronted her in front of the entire damn staff. I said, Mom, who told you to sell the family businesses? James Arnold Frost. Hey, Mom, who told you to sell my daddy's stuff when he died? James Arnold Frost. Hey, Mom, who told you to renege on the student loans? James Arnold Frost. I could James Arnold Frost all fucking day long in that courtroom. Make the judge kind of bored, but I could do that. I could do it all day. Like I said, I believe there's a special place in outer darkness for people that do shit like this, manipulate families and children and adults. But, the gods wouldn't let me intervene. I actually tried to intervene, and the gods are like, no, we're handling it, because they know me. They know me. Do you think I'd have let this drug on as long as it would have? No way in hell. No way in hell. But the gods wanted it to drag out because they wanted to make it so absolutely airtight that these are criminals and that they're performing criminal acts, that when we go into a court of law, it's ironclad, that there's no way that you can say anything else. You can't sit there. Oh, well, he forged a document, but he did it for legal reasons. No, it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. There is no justification for forging a legal document. No, there is not. Likewise, when he took all the money out of her bank account, there is no legal recourse for stealing from someone. I don't give a damn what your excuse is. Theft is theft, period. He had no authority, no right to take the money out of her bank account. No, he did not. I don't give a damn what his reasoning is. Likewise, when they took the money out of this closet, they had no legal right to remove the money from this closet. No, they did not. That is theft, period. Actually, it's grand theft, because we're talking about millions and millions of dollars here. So when James Arnold Frost cleaned out her bank account, he committed grand theft. $4.3 million minimum. That's just the cash. That's not counting all the treasury bills, certificates of deposit, World War II bonds, insurance policies, etc. Now, the Frost did give me some old insurance policies that were expired. Well, whoop-de shit. Where's the current ones? Where are they at? Oh, I don't have them. Where's the title deed to my truck? Don't have that. They got it. They still have it. I had to file lost title just to put tags on my truck. I lived on that sister property. That was my home. They come down here. James goes over there, whispers in her ear, or whatever the hell it is he does, manipulated her, coerced her, used black magic, whatever the fuck he done, and got her to literally kick me out of my own home and give it to him. Well, you know what? That's not a legal transaction of a piece of real estate. No, it is not. I don't give a damn if he filled out 100 pieces of paper at the courthouse. I don't care how much paperwork he's done at the courthouse. It's null and void because he manipulated someone. And no matter how this pans out, I'm getting that sister property back. He'll have to give it back anyway because all the money he spent. He spent a shit ton of my money. Spent a shit ton of it. So he's going to have to give the sister property back anyway. Well, here's the thing. They're saying, oh, well, the Frost spent all the money. Well, okay, if they spent all the money, then they're going to have to work it out with Clay County. And then Clay County's going to have to give me my money. That's how that shit works. I'm entitled to get my money, man. That's mine. It don't belong to the Frost. It belongs to me. It should have never been taken by the Frost. And here's where the Frost messed up. Where the Frost messed up was by not putting all that stuff in the estate account. They put it in an out-of-state bank account, or in Larry's terms, a federal bank. Well, I thought all banks were federally insured, but whatever. But anyway, it's an out-of-state bank, I'm sure, because those World War II bonds especially are going to be hot tamales, man. People's going to ask a lot of questions about those World War II war bonds. It's like, where did you get these from again? Oh, I got them from my Aunt Alice. Well, that's not going to help you. That's not good enough, particularly when she has a living son.
So this judge that you're getting, you already know the judge that you're getting for this court case?
Yeah, it's Judge House. Judge House.
Now, have you dealt with him in the past?
No.
So
No.
going into this court case, the judge is already knows what you want from your end of the deal.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's already on those papers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
The papers say, hey, I need to get rewarded this amount of money.
Right.
And and because they lied about what happened and I lost my kids because of it, I should get my kids back for what they did to me.
Absolutely.
Okay, so they know. So the judge already knows. Okay.
They know that, yeah. And then
now, is it possible that the judge will say, you know what, I agree with you, Vaughn. Give me a week to deliberate, and then the judge thinks about it for a week, and then it comes back and he says, you know what, I thought about it. You're right. Is that a possibility that the judge could do too?
It could be, yeah.
Okay.
It could be.
I got a good feeling about it. I think the judge, if you speak your case right now, because you're going to court on Thursday, are the Frosts going to be there? Are they going to show up?
They're supposed to be there. They were served. They were served papers. They were served papers by me. I hand delivered them. I literally hand delivered the papers.
Did they put papers to the judge saying what they want?
I don't know. Nor do I care. And tomorrow morning, I got to go to court and get my court date, I guess. That'd be my guess. I don't think there's anything much going to happen tomorrow. I'm just going to be given a court date for my case, and that's it. And hopefully this month and not next month, because I don't even know if I can pay my bills this month. I'm going to try. I've cut down everything I know to cut down. I'm going to try to get it took care of if I can. I'm going to try, man. Crazy. We'll see how things go. I'm overly optimistic. Okay.
That's a good way of putting it. Overly optimistic.
Overly optimistic because, in fact, let me go on ahead and set my alarm while I'm thinking of it. And that way I've got that.
Oh, definitely. You don't want to miss the big day tomorrow. What time you have to be at court? 9 o'clock, you said?
9:30, I think they said. So I'm going to leave.
And you have to be there physically, right? Not on Skype?
Got to be there. For this, you have to be there physically because this is kind of like it's not a town hall, but it's kind of like a town hall. And you go there and, they're going to have hundreds of people there with hundreds of cases. And then you step up to the podium and say, I've got case number, whatever, pending. And then they'll give me a date and then out the doors I go. Most likely that's all it'll be. But two courts, manipulated. And if Judge House doesn't throw the book at this clown, I will be very surprised, very, very surprised, because he should. It's just ridiculous, and of course, like I said, James Arnold Frost has a history of screwing me over. I mean, I thought my mom hated my guts all this time. Come to find out, she didn't hate me at all. She actually loved me. Unfortunately, though, I didn't find out about it until just prior to her death. Doesn't that suck? You go your whole life, my whole life, I thought my mom hated me. She didn't hate me at all. James Arnold Frost was manipulating the shit out of her the whole time.
You might get lucky. You walk in, the frost don't show, and you know what that means when the frost don't show.
If the
you win
frost
by
don't
default, you win by default.
I win by default. Yeah,
because it's non-contested. It's non-contest. You know?
That's right. That's right. If they don't show up, I win by default. That's correct. That is correct.
So maybe the frost are too dumb for their own good, and they don't fucking show tomorrow.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It should be very interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm like I said, I'm overly optimistic. I am overly optimistic. Yeah,
Big day tomorrow. I promise you, Vaughn, and we'll do a special show just to see what happened at court. And I guess I'll see. Have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow, I guess.
All righty. Have a good one, buddy.
And you were not allowed to get an attorney, right? Because it's not criminal. They weren't allowed to appoint you an attorney for this.
Right. They can't appoint me an attorney because it's not criminal. So I have to soldier on myself, and nobody would help me either. No matter what the Frosts do or try or say, there's no way they can get out without a guilty verdict. No way. Because if they try to get out of the documents, we get them on the closet full of money. Right. If they get out of the closet full of money, we get them on emptying out her bank account at the bank. You know, there's no way they can spin this to where that they'll be able to get away.
Seems like they're trying to push it back until you croak.
Well, that's exactly what they want. Because see, if I die, then they can come in and it's abandoned property. Oh, it's been abandoned, and then they come in and grab it. Well, right now I don't have $2 to my name, so there is no such thing as a pro bono lawyer. Okay, they don't exist. Maybe they existed years ago, but they don't exist anymore. Because every time I try to call a pro bono lawyer, we don't do that. We don't do this. We don't do that. We don't go here. We don't go there. We can't help you, Mr. Von Helden. That's all I get from everybody. We can't help you, Mr. Von Helden.
If you have a chance at winning, a lawyer will take your case if they think that they're going to win your money.
No. No. When you find me a lawyer that'll help me sue YouTube, I won't. I got to do it myself. Everything I've had to do, every fucking thing I've had to do myself. Because every time I call somebody or every time I try to ask somebody, oh, well, we can't do that. We can't help you. We can't do this. We can't do that. Rand Paul's office. Sorry, we can't help you. Click. Governor's office. We can't help you.
The only person
Attorney
who
General's
was ever
office.
able to help me in the past.
Nobody can fucking help me. So I have to do it all my damn self. You know what I've been doing the last few months? I've been putting my nose in Kentucky law books so that I know the fucking law. Because nobody is going to do shit for you. You better learn the law. You better know the law in your area or you're going to get your ass reamed. They wouldn't even tell me the name of the goddamn document I needed to go to court for. I had to look it up. I had to figure it out. Why do you think it's took me so long to get set up to go to court? Because I didn't know the name of the fucking document. I had to look it up.
Let's hope they can do a continuous.
Replevin. Who the fuck ever heard of that word before? I don't think it's even a real word.
I don't even know what it means. Replevin.
But see, that's the whole point. You pay everybody off, and don't tell Von Helden here's $1,000. Don't tell Von Helden the name of the document he needs to get into court. See, that's what they were banking on.
So, Vaughn, the big news of the day. So, how's everything?
Well,
first day in court.
The big news of the day is that Mr. Stivers claims to have emailed me a copy of this document. He did not. But in any way, answer to complaint comes the defendant, James Arnold and Millie Frost, by and through counsel for their answer, blah, blah, blah. The plaintiff's complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted and therefore should be dismissed. Okay, well, now wait a minute. I did state a claim and I did state a way. You pay me. You give me back what's rightfully mine. That is the claim. So that's the first lie. Second defense. This is Stivers talking. The matters contained within the complaint are barred by latches, estoppel, and statute of limitations. No, they're not, because what the Frosts have done is still affecting.
Statutes of limitations only been a goddamn year since the drama's been started.
Well, yeah, and statute of limitations is 7 years. But beside that, putting that aside,
yeah,
the fact is that it's still impacting my life. So statute of limitations goes right out the fucking window, right? Okay, so that's the second lie. Third defense from Mr. Stivers. The defendants, James Arnold and Millie Frost, denies each and every paragraph contained within the body of the complaint, and same should be dismissed. Okay, the problem, well, they have every right to deny it really happened. The problem is that we've got court documents, we've got
your word against theirs, and you got the receipts to back it up.
I've got all kinds. Yeah, I've got tons of evidence. I got witnesses. I've got all kinds of shit. Okay, so that's the third lie. Fourth defense: the defendant, James Arnold and Millie Frost, would state that this case is so flawed, inaccurate, and wrong that there is going to be a Rule 11 motion filed to sanction the plaintiff and seek court costs and attorney's fees for such a frivolous set of claims. Please bring it, Mr. Stivers, because this document you just submitted is slander, libel, and defamation in writing. I have actual proof. I have actual documents, pictures, eyewitnesses. Stivers has absolutely no proof whatsoever with this document. Nothing. Okay, so if he does try that shit, he's in hot water. And you'll notice there's no attachments. There's no evidence to go along with that. None whatsoever. All he has is empty words, and these words also happen to be slander, libel, and defamation. I've got it in writing. I have my own copy. And so if he does try any type of legal action against me, I will go forward with a defamation suit, and I will have him charged with obstruction of justice. So if he tries anything, he's in trouble.
Yeah. A statement of claim for Replevin.
Okay, statement of what?
Statement of claim for Replevin.
Okay,
that's your claim.
It is so this document is indeed a claim, right? No, I did not lose. Okay, I did not lose. Once again, you trolls don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Here's the thing, okay? This document, State of Claim of Replevin, is nicknamed Claim and Deliver because when first of all, it's the only document you need to go into court with. And second of all, it's called Claim and Deliver because you get your summary judgment right then. You don't have to wait for a long drawn out trial. You don't have to wait for anything. The other side submits their reply, and that's it. And the judge orders a summary based on their reply to this document. And then the judge decides right then and there. Okay, so I go into court, and Judge House says, "Is there any other court case?" My court case wasn't even going to be brought up. It wasn't even going to be brought up, which I found interesting. So I talked to Judge House, and Judge House says, "You need a claim. You need to file a claim to get into circuit court." And I said, "Isn't that what this is?" He didn't answer. He did not answer. Okay. That's very alarming that a sitting judge does not know what a replevin is. The whole point of this document, folks, okay, the whole point of a statement of claim of replevin, the whole point of it is that you don't need any other documents to get into circuit court. You only need this document, and then the other side replies, and then the judge takes both sides, weighs them, and then renders a judgment right then and there. That's why it's called Claim and Deliver, because it's immediate. You don't have to wait. But yet the Judge House, says, I need to come back again with a claim to get into circuit court.
Right.
Which is wrong. I don't need any other document. This is literally a self-sustaining document, particularly when I provide ample pages of proof, folks. I mean, look at that. Okay, I got tons of proof. What Stivers just provided was slander, libel, and defamation in writing in a court of law by an attorney and with a judge. Okay, so he can't. I mean, I've got him. I've literally got Stivers. Okay,
Yeah.
he's now mine. He now belongs to me. Okay, because if he tries anything on me, I go to court with that document, show it to another judge, and the judge is like, "Hey, man, what are you slandering this guy for? He provided evidence. You did not." And, you know, I'm going to win that case. So let Stivers try something on me. Let him try, because I'll win that case. I can't lose. I provided evidence. I didn't just get up there and talk busy talk. I actually provided evidence, man. I think what I may do, I may see what an appeals court has to say and see what they say about it, because I got a funny feeling an appeals court is going to side with ky.gov, not with the Frost. Okay? Because the appeals court is going to be like, your document is fine. There's nothing wrong with your document, which there isn't. There's nothing wrong with my document. Was notarized. It was well drawn out. There was no question about, you know, what I'm trying to recover. I clearly stated what I'm trying to recover in the document. Well, first of all, I made the document. But second of all, like I said, the document is a self-sustaining document. You don't need any other documents. That's why I'm saying, you know, I mean, he said you gotta come back to court again and make a claim. And so, and I'm like, whoa, wait, what? And I told the judge, I said, now wait a minute, isn't this supposed to be a self-sufficient document? He never answered me. Judge House never gave me an answer to that question. He just shrugged his shoulders and walked out for lunch. So I don't know. Said, we can't really help you. Everybody says that. We can't really help you. You have to get an attorney. Maybe you should get an attorney. And it's like, with what money? They stole all my damn money. How am I supposed to get an attorney? You know, I've got Mr. Stivers in case he would try to something really, really stupid. Because see, if he files against me, I can get an attorney to represent me. Then I just can't do it. I just can't do it if I'm bringing the case. But if he brings a case against me, I'll get it. I can get an attorney to represent me. Then I didn't mention this before, but I'm going to mention it now. The gods told me before I even walked in that courtroom, they said, you're going to see whether or not the courtroom is legitimate or not. And boy, did I.
You got to the courthouse. You walked in. What was it like? Who was there, and what was going on?
Well, the first striking thing is that nobody called my case. That's the important thing. Nobody called my case. And the judge finally opens up his mouth after everything else was done and says, is there any case I didn't call? And I said, yes, sir. And he's like, well, who are you? What's going on? And you know, and so I told him my case, and then that's when he said, oh, well, you got to have another document.
I hate to say it, but it seems like there's a little corruption going on.
Well, that sounds like there might be, yeah.
You dropped the document, you filed the papers, you paid $250 to get a court date.
Yeah.
And then the judge turns around and says you didn't do your court date. Wait a minute, then what the fuck you doing there then?
Well, exactly. Why did I pay $221 actually? Why did I pay $221 if they didn't file the damn court case? I'm gonna go to courthouse tomorrow and demand my money back because they never filed my document. You know, why pay the $221 if they're not going to file my fucking document? I'm going to ask for my money back. I'm going to clear it with the courthouse police first, because they're liable. Oh, well, he threatened me, officer. Arrest him. You know, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me in the least, man. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. So I'm gonna make sure a cop's with me, and then I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna ask for my money back. What needs to happen is I need to get my money back, and then I go file in appellate court over at Frankfurt, and I'll get hurt immediately, and then the Frost will have to fucking give me back my shit. That's what I need to do. This judge has proven that I'm not going to get a fair trial. I'm just not. I got an email from a troll saying, "Ha ha ha, we won." Now you ain't won shit. You ain't won shit. As somebody famous once said, I have only yet begun to fight, motherfucker. They want an opening salvo. Big fucking deal. I get my money back from court. I go to appellate court. I file my fucking Replevin, and I get an immediate answer. Okay, unlike in this courtroom, I mean, I guess it's still technically a courtroom. I mean, my document wasn't even filed, even though I paid my filing fee. So what I'm going to do, tomorrow I'm going to try to get my money back. And if I succeed in getting my money back, I'll just go to a court of appeals or some appellate court somewhere, or maybe even another circuit court in another county. And
Yeah.
I'll just file, and then the Frosts are going to have to pay me my fucking money, because I got a funny feeling if I file in another county, especially if I don't tell them which county I'm filing in, I'll win my case, because I got a funny feeling that other counties are going to be like, oh, it's a Replevin. Well, come right on in. I won't need any other document.